Welcome back to another episode of Going Great Runs with myself, Jean-Luc, and my dad.
Hiya.
And this episode we're going to be talking about injury prevention and specifically how my dad remains injury free, unlike myself that gets niggles here and there. So Dad, you want to tell me about your injuries first and how it kind of made you take stretches and recovery a little bit more seriously?
Yeah, when I first started running, which actually was here, park run, in this park, first sort of thing, started running, not actually thinking about injuries and that sort of thing, because you feel good, you want to run. But this hill we were just about to come across was the first thing I noticed about getting injuries. Started getting like tight hamstrings, especially on my left side. And then I sort of looked into it and realised it wasn't necessarily my hamstring was the problem, because it's more a case of it's my glutes not firing, so my hamstrings are overworking. So I looked a bit more into it. It's about how you run as well. So the first thing I noticed was I was doing certain runs the same way in the same streets, and like the cant of the road can have an impact. Like this hill bends to the left, so my left leg is now being shorter than my right leg, hence why I was then my problems, hamstring tightness on the left side. So things simple like that, by running the route in the opposite direction, can help to prevent. So I'm mixing it up a bit. But as I mentioned, then I started looking at how can I stop getting this injury on the hamstring, like glutes. So I had to start looking at exercises to fire my glutes. So my warm-up exercises, which is only about 5-10 minutes before I do most runs, which should be every run, but I always include squats. That's
Thank you.
when I come upwards on a squat, I fire my glutes every time. That helps to get your glutes starting to fire, and that helped me a lot. I still felt hamstrings a bit on that side, but gradually over time disappeared. I mean, never say never, but so far that's the worst sort of injury. Never pulled it completely, because I stopped when I realised I was getting a problem. That's why I stopped and started looking into it to find out what I could do to improve it. And I'm looking, as I said, at the hamstrings. It was the glutes. So I also realised that they say you need to strengthen the muscles either side of the muscle you're having problems with. So in this case, hamstrings. So I went further down the leg and calves. So I focused on my calves. So now every morning, every evening, when I clean my teeth, I do calf raises, and then I roll back on my heels, stretching the calf. So it's a raise and a stretch. Only a slight stretch, must be a dynamic stretch, not a static stretch. In other words, you need to keep moving, don't hold any stretch. And that helped the hamstrings, and obviously training my glutes. And to be fair, I've never really had a calf injury. I never pulled my hamstrings that bad, so it's only just a tightness. So like I said, I've been running, started a month before my 54th birthday, so I'm not really fit when I started, and this was where I started walking it. So start slowly, but as soon as you pick up the pace, that's when the hamstring I started noticing. So I also had back problems, not because of running, it was the other opposite. I went to chiropractor, osteopath, kept telling me to rest, things like this, until I went to a physio, and the physio said, no, it's the opposite you should do. You need to work your back, make sure it's a well-oiled machine. And that's why I started doing more running, but then every morning do some yoga stretches. So it's not just yoga, it's things like nerve slide, which is I saw on a yoga video. So I do that every morning, so many figure 4, gradual stretches, not holding a stretch, as I say. It should always be never a static stretch. It should be a dynamic stretch, and I do that about 15-20 minutes each morning. And at my age, that helps me to keep very flexible and healthy. And yes, at my age, you do feel aches and pains when you're running, that sort of thing, but it just shows you're working muscles, which is good for keeping health. Another thing about injury prevention may not seem as obvious. Probably wondering why I'm wearing this band today. So it's raining, it's cold, it's got chill in the air, it's about 4 or 5 degrees, and I wear this purely because I suffer with my ears, as in if I get cold air into my ears, I get headaches. So that then puts a negative factor onto your body, your mind, and then you end up not going for the run. So although it's not a physical injury, it's a mental injury, because for me, running is all about clearing your mind. So if I'm worried about getting a headache, that's going to put me off running. So by wearing this, it allows me to run in a cold day and not worry about it.
Do you ever get bored when you're doing stretches in the morning?
Yeah, I must admit, that is the biggest problem. Like I said, mind games again. When you're doing like stretches before going for a run because you just want to get out and run, or like in the morning. But I know my age, my body, and I think that if I didn't do them, then I wouldn't be able to run as much as I do. And not, at the moment, even though I shouldn't do as much, but I'm running about 6 days a week. Different runs, different types of runs that we talked about in an earlier video. But with me, it's more a case of if I don't run, I stiffen up. So I'm sort of pushing the boundaries a bit more. But I'm not saying advise that, especially as a starting off runner. You should always start slowly, once, maybe twice a week, and then progressively over a long period of time increase it as necessary.
And how did you prevent your what did you do to help you with your back?
Well, that's the next thing about injury prevention, is good form. Started looking up things. Started looking up things about injury prevention, and that led me to form, having good form. So, and there's loads of stuff telling you about this, and there are some contradictory to others, but the key thing is if you make sure you follow the key information, like getting your back up straight as though you're here, and people say so you've got a piece of string going through you, getting your head up, that helps strengthen your back. But people with back problems first will be hunched over, and like I probably was when I started. But the key thing is you're not strengthening your back. So by standing up taller, let's say a bit of string coming through your head, I'll pop it, keep your head up high, chin up sort of thing, well, keep your chest up, because that helps with breathing, and that's my next stage. I need to work on my breathing, but form, not overstretching, as you know, striding. Always try, I mean, heard this thing about cadence being to be 180 as a prime number sort of thing to be working at to show good form. So I focused on that for a little while, and now realistically, I mean, it's no magic number, but it's just a number that a lot of professional athletes like go to and that sort of thing, some guidance, and just been doing that. Most of my sort of competitive runs, like 5k, a park run, even though it's not a race, but it's competitive, it's a race against yourself each time, trying to improve yourself. And with that, my cadence is roughly around 180 average, 180. So,
And what is cadence?
cadence is the amount of time you have your foot on the floor. So in a specific time, like normally it's a minute, so you can run for a minute and count either every step or count one leg. Do one leg, you just double it. Do both legs, then you should get the amount of times you're hitting the ground. So that gives you the indication of what your cadence is. And technically, the reason why they say it's a magic number, it's more about, as you learn later on, it's about you want air time, meaning you want less time with your feet on the floor, so every time you hit the floor, technically it's friction, you're braking yourself, so you're stopping your momentum. So the more you can get up in the air, but there's a fine balance between being in the air and hitting the floor, because you need the propulsion I say, come off the ground to get going forward. So you've got to hit the ground at certain points. So you learn it in time. So as a novice runner though, won't worry about it. It's all about just getting out there and jogging or even walking, and then you can build up your pace. So you're then jogging and then getting into a slow run and building up over time. That's the most important, and that will be the biggest prevention of injuries. Your body will be impacted straight away because you're all of a sudden doing something you're not used to. That's why it's key to do it very slowly, very gradual. So going out for a run around the block or something, it's 2, 3, 5 minutes max. Do that a couple of times a week sort of thing, and then gradually build it up. Do not go from 0 to a 5k or you will get injuries. You know, you will start, because an injury, every time you run, you have, I believe there's microfibers in your muscles. You're creating these like rifts, and then you need the recovery day for them to heal back some properly as such. But that's a good thing. You're building up stronger muscles each time. So I don't think when you read up or watch videos and about micro tears, that's all good, not bad for you. The key thing is balance. Start slow, balance and running, and enjoy it. The most important thing, enjoy it. And if you do see the progression, that's why do little bits first and building it up. You see yourself getting a bit faster, quicker pace. That's the enjoyment. And then eventually you get to a stage where you'll be quite competitive, maybe in a park run or you do a race or something, and that again gives you happiness, gives you a buzz, and as they say, runners high, I suppose.
And this is the hill that we all began, really.
Yeah.
So
Called the never-ending incline.
never-ending incline,
It goes on forever.
and here we go,
Like it, especially when you first start.
and here we go, and this is the hill that just keeps on going. And to be honest, it's not really a steep incline, is it? It's more of a gradual incline, really. It just keeps on going, really, all up to that bin at the end. Yeah. So there we go.
I say when you start, it's a big incline. It's when you gradually get used to it. You never gets easier. It's not easy, but it does get easier, and that's why the hill training is good. But to recap on injury prevention, it's key thing: start slow, don't do too much, give yourself rest days. If you can't get niggles, then listen to your body. Find out about what that niggle could be. Could be starting with something worse, like my hamstring. If I got to a stage it actually pulled or snapped, then I have a lot longer off. So key thing is do it slow and easy.